Liverpool have moved to sign Japan's Wataru Endo from Stuttgart after missing out on other targets. The circumstances surrounding the signing of Wataru Endo for around £16 million may worry some Liverpool fans. With Jürgen Klopp running out of options in midfield after the likes of Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia, the move for 30-year-old Endo could be seen as a desperation move. Stuttgart's captain is not a young talent who will create excitement like the others. However, given the departures of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and James Milner, this transfer could be one of the smartest things Liverpool could do. A reliable player who is determined to seize this opportunity, he specializes in a midfield role that can contribute to both the defensive and offensive phase of the game. There are no question marks about his character. That was the last question asked of Bundesliga legend Mario Gomez when he met with a group of international journalists at the Allianz Arena on Saturday evening. Japanese reporter Daisuke Ishii asked about Endo, the former striker's former teammate at Stuttgart. Gomez had talked about everything from Germany's problems to his own Spanish roots, but his eyes lit up at the mention of Endo. "To be honest, I like Wataru," he said. "It was he who pushed for the players' inclusion when they both found themselves out of the team. Wataru was sitting next to me in the locker room and he had a really hard time because the coach didn't use him in the beginning," he said. In 2020, Gomez was in the final season of his career and had adapted to his situation as the team's mentor. "I was happy with that role," he said. Endo was more frustrated in his prime. "I was always telling him to calm down, to keep doing what he was doing because he was great in training," he said. So great, in fact, that Gomez's pairing with Endo became a constant theme in training. "After the match we went 4-against-4, Gomez explains. "When I went into the locker room, I kept telling the coach to put me on the same team with Wataru because then we would never lose. That's how it all started. I was pushing him a lot. At a certain point the coach used him. Then it's not about me, it's about the player because he played great. That's why he plays, not because I told the coach he's great. He's playing because he's a really great player. He is the captain of his team now," Gomez said. Gomez sees Endo as an example of how team sport should be, because of his attitude of always giving everything for the group. He admires her calmness in dealing with her young children. But it's more than just his good character, as his 4-versus-4 performances in training show. It's even more than his versatility to play at the back as well as in midfield for Liverpool. Endo also has the quality to succeed. Klopp will enjoy his combative approach. A player who was 6th in the Bundesliga last season in terms of tackle wins. He is one of only 3 players to make 200 tackles in the last 3 seasons and one of only 2 players to win the ball back 400 times in the middle of the pitch. Having played Alexis Mac Allister in a deeper role in the opening week and lost Caicedo and Lavia to Chelsea, Liverpool clearly need a defensive-minded midfielder. Endo has shown throughout his long career that he can do the job. What makes him a particularly interesting proposition, and perhaps what convinced Klopp to make this move, is that his possession game is good enough to be successful in the Premier League. Like other targets, Endo can be much more than just a destroyer. His passing stats are solid and he has creativity too. Only 4 players in the Bundesliga last season created more chances from open play than Endo. He can come forward to press and pass, which is necessary even for more defensive players in Klopp's team. Endo won the ball back 22 times in the final third last season and scored 2 goals from Stuttgart counterattacks. He even scored 3 goals from outside the penalty area. The fact that he ranks so high in so many metrics owes much to his near-constant presence for his club since the return of Gomez in 2020. In fact, no player in the Bundesliga has started more games than Endo in the last 3 seasons. That's the kind of solidity Klopp will need. Because it's a statistic that is like a lifeline, especially after the Arthur Melo experience. The Brazilian was loaned out to Juventus last season and returned to his former club without playing a single minute in the Premier League. Endo is a safer bet. And if he finds himself kicking his heels as a substitute, the message to his new teammates at Liverpool will be clear. Make sure his first choice for the small-sided game in training afterwards. He won't be on the bench for long. Endo has a market value of €6.5 million according to Transfermarkt. This means that he could be available for a much more reasonable price than other missed options. Also, his contract with Stuttgart will expire next year. Therefore, the club is aware that this is the last summer to earn money from him. This could relatively lower the price tag even more. Update on Alisson and Saudi links. Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson was rumoured to be set for a shock departure from Anfield this summer, and now a new development has emerged regarding his future. The 30-year-old has been a sensational signing for the Reds since arriving from Roma in the summer of 2018. In the process, he has become arguably the best player in the world in his position. Alisson has made a massive difference and played a key role in Liverpool's transformation into one of Europe's leading teams under Jürgen Klopp, winning the Premier League and Champions League as well as numerous other trophies in the process. Although the Brazilian is under contract at Anfield until the summer of 2027, there have been worrying reports that he could be on his way to Saudi Arabia in the coming weeks, joining the likes of Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, Fabinho and Jordan Henderson in the process. Thankfully, in a summer that threatens to go wrong for Liverpool, especially in the midfield department, a new claim has emerged to allay those fears. According to reliable journalist David Lynch of This Is Anfield, despite rumours to the contrary, a summer move for Alisson is out of the question. Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker has not been the subject of an offer from Saudi Arabia, despite some reports on Tuesday. Al Nassr, who have Cristiano Ronaldo and Sadio Mane in their ranks, have been linked with a move for Liverpool's Brazilian goalkeeper. However, This Is Anfield can confirm that no such approach has been made to Liverpool, and if it had, the club would have rejected it immediately. Indeed, the Reds' number one is happy on Merseyside, where he is under contract until 2027, he said. Obviously, the thought of Liverpool losing Alisson at any point in the near future is terrifying for fans. The Brazilian superstar is arguably the first name on Klopp's team sheet these days. He often saves his side in one-on-one situations and won the club's Player of the Season award last season. At 30, he still has many years left at the top level and will need to start almost every game if the Reds are to have any chance of challenging for the Premier League title this season. James Milner has rightly hailed Alisson as a world-class player in the past. It would have been a depressing sight to see him go to Saudi Arabia at the peak of his powers. This update is therefore a hugely positive development for all Liverpool supporters. It shows that Alisson is very happy on Merseyside for the foreseeable future and will continue to play a big part in the team's successes. It is hoped that Alisson will remain at Anfield beyond 2027. At that point he will still be 34 when his contract expires, which could easily be at or around the best age for a goalkeeper in the modern game. His importance cannot be underestimated, and that will not change in the near future.